How's it going, folks? Yeah, this is a special episode of Sid List. I was supposed to do a podcast today, and I usually do my podcast through this app called Anchor, which is a smaller substitute company to Spotify. And I should have seen this coming, but just got an email this morning that my podcast was deleted off of Spotify, which in essence means it's deleted off Anchor. And Anchor was the title comes from the fact that I only had to upload it to that one site, and they literally distributed it to like 6 different websites for me. But now that Anchor deleted it, all my episodes off of all of my different channels were all deleted. I had over 55 1-hour episodes on my on my podcast. So yeah, it's been deleted, and I got an email. Actually, I can show you real quick. Yeah, so if you go to Anchor right now, this is what it looks like. All right, it didn't look like that yesterday. I had my logo, I had all my episodes here. But yeah, this is the email I was given. So takedown notification, that was 7:30 this morning. Hi, we found that the following podcast show to be in violation of content policies and have removed it. Please see our Spotify for Podcasters term and conditions. That's my podcast. That's the URL. And yeah, please don't respond to this email as replies aren't monitored. So pretty much they told me that they're shutting me down, but they're not telling me why. So I'm just sitting here scratching my head wondering what the hell I did wrong. But I know exactly why. All right. We're in the middle of the purge right now for people that are paying attention. And what I mean by purge, I don't mean like the movie Purge, but the internet is being purged of any sort of dissent, any sort of opposite opinion. In a nutshell, big tech has declared war on the United States and has gone full-blown censorship, straight up fascist communist style. And this is foreboding because when I saw that email this morning, I knew something big's about to happen, folks. They just deleted the president off Twitter. They deleted almost all of his supporters off Twitter. They took down Parler in a matter of just a couple days. So they took down an entire app. I think that act alone of big tech, obviously coordinating together, Google, Apple, both taking Parler off, and then Facebook banning everything about it, and then Amazon getting in the mix and closing down their servers, doing all of that. That is a coordinated effort, all of big tech. So you got Google, Apple, and Amazon, three of the most richest companies on the planet. All three of them, they all just committed treason right now by, well, I mean, shutting down Parler. I don't know if that falls underneath treason, but what it does fall underneath is antitrust competition. They work together to get rid of competition. Big tech's in trouble. All right, whether they know it or not yet. Whatever happens, they are going to be held accountable for stifling competition, but also stifling communication between the president and the people. That is probably the bigger issue, and we're going to be finding out pretty soon what's going to be happening with big tech. But what I really wanted to talk about today wasn't so much to complain about my podcast being taken down. I want to talk about what's going to be happening over the next few days, and the fact that I was actually predicting that my video channels would be taken down today, but kind of caught me off guard being my podcast first, seeing as I've already had videos deleted off YouTube already. And I knew I already had like a warning, so the next warning would be a strike, and they'd just take my channel down. That's what I was expecting. I was expecting YouTube to take me down, maybe Rumble or BitChute, their sites to be attacked. But I was not expecting Spotify to jump in and do that. But I'm not too surprised either. I mean, when Joe Rogan joined Spotify, they were already deleting some of his episodes. They were already having people freaking like the employees at Spotify were complaining about Joe Rogan and wanted him to be censored or taken off. And yeah, I should have seen it coming. But regardless, what we're seeing right now is communications blackout. There are stifling communications right now on the internet by shutting down sites and censoring the sites they have control of. And over the next couple of weeks, people are going to be really confused about what's going on because the normal avenues of info are not there, and people are trying to figure out where to go. One site I've been going to is Gab, and the cool thing about Gab is, um, let's see if I can bring it up real quick. It has been incredibly freaking slow. Yeah, I use Brave. Brave is the only browser I use right now. I got off Chrome. So I've been transitioning away from all the mainstream stuff for a while now, but I didn't have anywhere else to put my podcast. I started that about a year ago when I thought everything was all on up and up, but yeah, Gab right now is where it's at. They have all the info. They're updating it. The only thing that sucks is because of all this censorship. This purge is more of like a exodus because a lot of people leaving Twitter were jumping over to Parler, and now that Parler been taken down, those people are scrambling to find another avenue. So Gab seems to be a spot where everybody's heading to, because at least with Gab, they own their own servers, they own their own stuff. They've already been taken down off the Apple and Google stores for a while now. So like the community and the CEO and everybody over at Gab, they're already used to this kind of censorship. So they already have a backup plan. But there's so many new users. It's the site's been very slow. As you can see, it still hasn't loaded. When I first got on it about, I don't know, like a few weeks ago, it was loading fairly quick. But the past 2 3 days, pretty much since Wednesday, this site has just been overloaded with new people. I guess over the weekend they had over 600,000 people join in one day, and they're rushing to get their servers up. They're rushing to get everything uh, up and going, but it just seems like nothing is working. I mean, it is working. Yeah, see, look at that. It's under maintenance. Look at that. I don't think it's being taken down. I just think the amount of people going to the site is just swamping it. I get this, and then I'll refresh, and then it'll load a little later. But yeah, folks, I mean, Gab is one of the few spots that is still up and not censoring, but it has the unintended issue of just having too many people go to it. They're not prepped for that influx of people. I mean, I know they've been prepping, but it's not really working. There's too many new people showing up. But one good thing about it is that hold on, trying to show you something else. Gab.com, the normal ones having issues, but Gab TV is actually, their site's actually a lot better. I see it's both owned by Gab, but I think they're on different servers or something, because Gab TV has not been having the same issues. Is this, no, I want Gab TV, son of a gun. All right, I don't even Gab TV. See, I'm going online. I'm trying to check. So YouTube, of course, YouTube's still up. What else they got? BitChute still up. Look at that. Follow the Cabal. I was watching that. That's the latest sequel episode. I haven't finished it yet. Gab TV still okay. So it looks like even Gab TV's having some slowdowns. OogeTube is another one I like. I just joined. They've been. Oops. This is the owner of OogeTube, I think. If he's not, he's a big proponent. I don't know who this guy is, but so my channel's still up on OogeTube, which is nice. So you can still find me on some of these places, but it seems like Gab is having some issues right now. It's too many people migrating over there. So information right now is going to be hard to come across. It's going to be hard to figure out what's going on. Oh, there we go. Now it's loading. All right. It's still going to take a while. All right. But let me just show you the TV side of it. Okay. So Gab TV is still up and running. This one actually is loading fairly quickly. So if YouTube goes down, I'm hearing Rumble might go down too. If they went after Parler, Parler was the one that they kept talking about on Twitter. So of course, all the people over at Twitter knew they had to attack Parler first. And Rumble's the other alternative they keep mentioning. So I have a feeling they're probably going to be going after Rumble pretty soon, as that's the next big one. So I would either check Gab TV or OogeTube. All right. These places are still up and running. I think they have their own servers. I know Gab TV does, and Gab TV has actually been running fairly good. And I don't know. We're gonna have this weird kind of communications blackout where sites gonna be going up and down. I know Parler's only gonna be down temporarily, but it could be up to a week, maybe 2 weeks before they get back up and running. And who knows what will happen in that time. And for what I understand, Gab is having issues, but at least the TV side isn't. So I'll be uploading videos here. I'll still be uploading the YouTubes until they take it down. And UgeTube's another one I'm on too. So BitChute, this is kind of like my backup channel. I have a channel here, but I just don't have any followers, anybody over here. This is more of like, if those other sites go down, at least you can still find my stuff here. All right, so we'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen. This video is more of just trying to get people prepped. That's what I mainly wanted to talk about in this episode. But having my podcast taken off, I was gonna talk for a whole hour about all this kind of stuff. But I feel like I don't have a whole lot of time. Seems like I got to get up what I got to get up now. And if you're not ready, you're not ready. I mean, what's about to go down? It's either you prepped for this moment or you haven't. But I feel like no one should really freak out. It's not going to be as bad as I hear some people are making it out to be, but I feel like everybody should be prepared. If anything, anybody watching this, you need to just make sure that the people, like your family and friends and folk that have not gotten up to speed on what's going on, you need to just be there for them, all right? Because you know what's going on, and we're all going to be in the dark here for, I think this is what the whole 10-day of darkness was they were talking about. This might be it. This is when they start, when Parley going down might have been the first day. And now that everybody's like, quote unquote, in the dark, what's today? Today's the 11th. Okay, 10 days of darkness. If it started yesterday, that means it's going to be dark until the 20th. And how's that going to work? I have a feeling maybe it started on Friday when they took POTUS's Twitter down. So it'd be a day or two before inauguration date is when we're going to find out. We're going to be in the dark for a few days, and a lot of us are going to be going on these sites trying to figure out what's going on, but I don't think we're going to get a whole lot of info, just a lot of rumors and stuff. I'm hearing there's already events going on in other countries. I'm hearing what might end up happening. This whole blackout we're going to be seeing is it's going to be under the guise of they think China is going to attack us, and that we might need to go into martial law to prep for it. I'm also hearing that Israel and Iran might attack each other. I'm hearing all kinds of shit, and I don't know what is true, and I couldn't even begin to tell you what to expect. But what I can tell you is there's going to be a lot of misinformation. There's going to be a lot of, don't even bother listening to the mainstream media. They're trying to make it to where they're the only information they're getting. But if you are going to listen to them, I would just take with a grain of salt everything they say and realize whatever they're feeding us, it's probably not true. All right, it's probably not true, which is why they're taking down all these sites. They're taking down all this other avenues of communication. That way, when shit hits the fan, they get to be the ones that decide the narrative. But just realize that if you can't get online and TV is the only way to go, just realize whatever they're putting out is not true. Or if it is true, it's the narrative's been painted by them. So you got to be very careful with what they're saying, not to jump to conclusions. And not freak out until the 20th. All right, 20th is the only hard date we got to worry about as far as inaugurations go. But before I end this episode, I just want to leave people off with a little bit of hope. Is that this transit that like Trump did not concede? For people that saw that video, you got to go back and watch it. He did not mention Biden once, and he did not mention concession. He just mentioned that there's going to be an orderly transition. And for what I'm hearing, is that transition is not going to be it's not going to be from the Trump administration to the Biden administration. It's going to be the Trump administration to the military, and the military is going to be in control of the government temporarily while they have military tribunals for everybody that committed fraud. They're going to have military tribunals for some of these other sick folk out there that are being arrested for other reasons. And that, or that could happen, or the other interpretation is it's going to be from the Trump administration under the United States corporation transitioning into the Trump administration under the new NUSARA law. So people are also, Lynn Wood just came out with a parlay is what they're calling them, about something NUSARA related, how he was talking about how Trump's going to be remembered for all kinds of things, but the thing he's going to be most remembered for is his economic achievements. And he mentioned not having to pay income tax. That is the NUSARA law. NUSARA gets rid of income tax. So Lynn Wood was pretty much stating to everybody that NUSARA is real and it's going to be happening. So just hold on there, folks. I know it's gonna be scary the next few days. It's gonna be confusing, but just like I said, go to these sites: Gab TV, Ooge, Backup Channel, BitChute. I'm not even sure. You can go to Rumble as well, but I have a feeling Rumble's going to be going taken down at the same time YouTube is, the same way they did with Parlor. So just keep that in mind. Check those spots. I'll be updating info as much as I can, and we'll just see what happens over the next few days. But yeah, I hope everybody stays safe and y'all stay sane and y'all don't give up hope. All right, talk to you later.